Welcome back everyone. Now, as you might already know, I wasn't very pleased with the former ending we had. And so I fiddled a little bit around, looked at some things up, and got a little bit of knowledge and whatsoever. And now, let's just get straight to the point. I wanted to show you the ending I prefer, because lore-wise, if you didn't know already, apparently if you undergo Ceremorphosis, you actually just completely die, not just physically, but also your soul just vanishes. I didn't know that, but I already had the intuition that in our former playthrough, my character completely just died, and that was actually the case. That wasn't us anymore. Now, I've tried a lot of things. I have played until this part a lot of times, and therefore found out that it is actually not easy to get. You have to follow a very distinct sequence of dialogue options and party memberships, because you can't just have Gale in your party in some circumstances. For example, for our circumstance, because as some may all of you already know, in my former playthrough, I encouraged, or in my first playthrough actually, I encouraged Gale to pursue the crown and not blow himself up, because I didn't know that the other options we would have right now were so much more shit. Because apparently in any other way, some soul just gets completely extinguished, erased from existence. And that's not what I like. Now, okay, we will lose Gale, but he will not lose his soul, from what we know. So basically, this ending preserves every soul in the playthrough, meaning they will all get the Baldurian classic afterlife. If somebody undergoes Ceremorphosis, it is not definite and therefore very likely that they just get completely obliterated, like for example us in our first playthrough. I didn't know that, like I said. And now I've come to pursue the other ending. And for this ending, if you have encouraged Gale to pursue the crown and give him every pat on the back you could have given him, then you need to get exactly this team composition. You absolutely need that. If you don't, then guess what? Somebody loses their soul. And yes, apparently, it's not completely 100% sure, I would say, but if the Emperor consumes Orpheus, he or assimilates him, he also consumes his soul. I'm not quite sure about that, but basically that's what I understood. Now, the reason I'm also doing a video about this is not only to show you my preferred ending, but also maybe show other people if that doesn't work for him, like any other videos, because I've found that there are quite limited resources concerning this exact situation. So maybe this video helps somebody out. But anyways, let's just go ahead and I'm gonna show you what you need to do exactly. Saving. Because it's very important if you, like I said, mess up, that you need this team position, because everybody contributes to the outcome. And you even need to do a persuasion check, but we're gonna see that in a second.
I have assessed our encounter with the Netherworld from every angle. I know why we failed. The problem was not the stones. The problem was you. You can make only one move at a time, but the Netherbrain calculates every possible at once. It knows what you will do. It knows everything you could possibly do. You cannot outmaneuver it. To defeat it, you would have to think like an Illithid. Better yet, be one. Your mind is not capable of this. Mine is. You will give the stones to me. I will assimilate Orpheus, and then I will be able to leave this prison to face the brain.
Assimilate him. Skvar! No! Now is the time to liberate him. Do not stand against me.
Now, as you can see, Lae'zel is a very important factor to this, and he already suggested assimilating Orpheus, which is not what we want, because that is making him lose his soul. We want to preserve everybody's soul as best as we can. Okay, now here we have to suggest our sacrifice to become Illithid and open up the possibility that there are multiple ways.
In theory, yes. You have resisted such a fate so far, and this would be a complete evolution. And you will be an Illithid for the rest of your days. Is this really something you would be willing to accept?
I could. I should. I have nothing to lose anymore. I'm burning up, burning out. But this is something I can still do. This is how I can help save the city I love.
Are none of you capable of thinking beyond yourselves? My people's future hangs in the balance, and you're clamoring to be martyrs. That you even entertain this geich shows you have learned nothing from our time together.
The Emperor may be a mind flayer, but we have needed all the help we've received. I don't think we should stop now.
We hold the means to free the Prince of the Comet. How is this even a debate?
Now, as you can see, Gale is the solution, Karlach and Lae'zel are the way. Thanks to them, they have now opened up the possibility to take a moment and think about it for us. And we will do just that.
Yes. Please.
Has everyone's brains leaked from their skulls? We took the Orphic hammer for a reason. Think, indeed.
And think we will. Now, this way, yeah, can you shut up? Thanks. This way is a little bit weird because it is actually also very bugged. You will see in a moment after we've talked to Gale. But as you can see now, everybody has something important to say, except for Gale, if you have chosen the path which I took, for example, which is patting him on the back and letting him pursue his ambitions instead of risking it with the orb.
Quite the choice you're faced with. Surrender the Netherstones to a mind flayer, or surrender your soul and become one. If you need advice, I'll do my best. Though I have to say I've not much to draw on in this case. It's rather a unique predicament to have landed yourself with.
What an asshole. Like, he is willing to let us sacrifice our soul now. And not even suggest the possibility. That, well, if I would have known that, I would have talked him down every single last bit. Anyways, here we are. And actually, that's not what I wanted to talk to you. It's about the orb.
The orb? Why ever would we need to talk about that? I assure you, it remains stable as ever in spite of our encounter with the Netherbrain. The Carside weave is primed for godhood, as soon as we have the crown within our grasp.
Yeah, the issue, Gale, here is then that if it wasn't for your orb, somebody of us would have to sacrifice their soul. You are the only solution for us to retain everybody's souls and have an opportunity for the afterlife in this matter. Now, Gale, I think we should consider using the orb as Mystra intended, to blow up the Netherbrain.
I stand here on the precipice of divinity. Of course, you encouraged me to pursue, I might add. And now you come to tell me to blow myself up. Getting rather tired of how often those I care about seem to reach the same conclusion. Why exactly would I choose that course now when I have so much to live for?
Because we didn't know what the other possibilities were, and that they were so much more brutal and destructive. Now, we're facing a Netherbrain. Lose and you will become a new god anyway. This is one of the two persuasion options that I have took previously. I'm pretty sure you can take whatever you want as long as you succeed, but we will take the first one. Now this is also a very difficult one. Luckily we are good at charisma and persuasion and can as well use some of our buffs. And we did it. Alright.
Pessimism like that is hardly going to improve our chances. But we'll begrudgingly admit the circumstances have somewhat changed.
Exactly.
The Elder Brain was already a formidable foe, but the Nether Brain is on the cusp of achieving a godhood of its own. Sacrificing myself to destroy it wasn't exactly the form of immortality I hoped for. But perhaps the time for hope has passed altogether. Now we need certainty. So be it. I will be ready. Whatever you decide.
Thank you. Now, thanks to this conversation, don't worry about Charm. He will not fight against us. Thanks to his change of mind, he will now open up new possibilities for our next dialogue tree with Orpheus when we are going to free him.
I trust you have aired opinions and grievances and made your decision. Are you ready to become a mind flayer?
Now we have the option to suggest Gale as an alternative. We have another option. Gale's orb is still powerful enough to destroy the brain.
That's the only way of putting an end to this god's forsaken mess. I will not fail you.
No, it is too great a risk. The wizard has a history of being vulnerable to the temptations of power. It cannot be relied upon for so great a task, not unless we have exhausted all other options. And we have not. You must give me the stones, or embrace your own Illithid evolution.
Trust me, I know Gale. He'll do this.
I will. But we can't ignore the possibility that I don't make it to the brain. It won't hurt us to have a contingency.
You continue to surprise me. Very well. I had the means to evolve you. I took this one from the Nautiloid. I have been nurturing it ever since, priming it for your use. All you have to do is open your mind to it. Its latent potential will do the rest.
Thank you, but we will not even consider that horrific option. If Gale's solution doesn't work, you have my word, I will do what is necessary.
Fair enough. But don't wait too long. You will need to be fully Illithid before you confront the Netherbrain. Now stand aside. I will assimilate the Githyanki's power in your stead.
Stop. You would keep my people chained to their damnable queen. I should have trusted my gut. Driven a blade through your throat at first chance. We have the means to free Prince Orpheus, and you side with Geich. You want Orpheus dead. You'll have to kill me first.
Now, I absolutely do not agree with this entire situation, and you can also not portray what exactly you want to do. Now, the Emperor just, because we said Gale will do the job, assumed that he can just eat Orpheus, and no, Emperor, I did not agree upon this. This was completely taken out of nowhere, and I do completely side with Lae'zel. Now, if you wouldn't have Lae'zel now at your side, he would have just snacked on his head, and just you know, allowed himself for a midnight snack. There aren't even any real options where you say, I completely side with you, Lae'zel, which is also a little weird, a little not supportive for our course of, or our point of view in this whole scenario. The best we can say is, if it means that much to you, Lae'zel, I won't kill Orpheus, which is also pretty much the only option you have on saving him right now.
So the Githyanki lives. What then are you left with? What ideas remain untested? How will you defeat a Netherbrain? Your only choice is to trust me.
Honestly, fuck you. We have said Gale, we have suggested Gale enough of times. We will find another way, which is Gale. I will not sacrifice Orpheus. Thank you.
It's a shame we could not have cooperated. Your powers of manipulation are quite something. Very well. Since you will not work with me, you work against me. You leave me no option but to join with the Netherbrain.
We can free Orpheus.
Also, it is very questionable that in this instance, the Emperor just decides to completely betray us and go against us just because we are not willing to give him his midnight snack. Also very, very questionable. Now, you require the Orphic Hammer, obviously, for this procedure here.
As the Githyanki prince takes his blade, a silent cry pierces your head. It's unlike any sensation you've ever felt.
You reek of Illithid. You stole an unborn hatchling from my people. And you slaughtered my honor guard. Nonetheless, it seems we must be allies.
Your Majesty, the Prince of the Comet, Gith's true heir. It is an honor.
Do not patronize me. You rejected the Illithid when it no longer suited your needs. No doubt you freed me because it suits you now. I will neither forgive nor forget your abuse of my powers.
Now, at our first encounter, Orpheus is not much better than the Emperor in comparison. He will be later, but right now, I'm not sure if you can truly choose any option here, but the way I found to be definitely successful is the Emperor held all the cards until now. I freed you at the first opportunity.
That is false. You had the opportunity to surrender yourself to my honor guard. They would have given you a noble end. Any worthy individual destined to become Geich would have done so. My guard would have freed me, and I would have stopped the Elder Brain before it evolved into a Nether Brain. All that suffering, avoidable, were it not for the choices you made.
Here it's the same thing. Pretty sure. I would say you can choose anything, but we're going with the safe one. I do know works. You went through a lot, so I'll ignore that. Do you have any idea how to stop the brain, which is opening up possibilities?
I do. The Geik was correct about one thing. The Netherbrain's power is beyond us. The hardest metal in the world would not cut through its mind, for it is made of thought itself. At this point, it will take an Illithid to unleash the full potential of the Netherstones.
And now, thanks to the conversation we had earlier with Gale, who opened up to the idea of blowing himself up again, we can now choose I trust in Gale, you have my word, even though we have throughout the story always sided with his ambitions.
Your word means as little to me as his. He may destroy himself when the time comes, if he so chooses. I will have my assurances now. One of us must transform, and we must do it right away. Just as I was free. I will do it. I will become Illithid. I will sacrifice my soul for my people. I will end the grand design.
My prince, you cannot. This is not your burden to bear.
Now, as you can see, Orpheus is very eager to just completely obliterate his own soul, even though we have suggested another option for him. But to be fair, he does not know of this option and how good it is. And you might be a little confused and down already that we have to choose either one of these options, but I can assure you that nobody is still going to turn Illithid. The way I see it, by the way, this section is the one that is a little bugged, but don't worry, it will all work out. You have to trust me, guys, okay? The way I see this works is you suggested an option. He does not trust you, obviously. However, in this circumstance where you literally have to make the ultimate sacrifice, not only sacrifice your life, but your entire soul with it, eternal soul, you will convince him of that you really mean it serious and you can be trusted, in fact. So we will choose that.
It seems I misjudged you. You were testing my honor. And in so doing, you have convinced me of yours. When the moment of transformation comes, you will be the one Geik I salute instead of slaughter. My people will remember you.
Now don't worry about that.
The rebel Illithid who stood beside their reborn prince and ended the grand design. Let us return now to the city and follow the path of the Netherbrain.
As you can see, everything is alright.
Come.
No hinge of Illithidness here. And if you do not trust me even yet, I will show you in just a second in an instance where being an Illithid would have very different conversations. Actually, I'm just gonna play some more things out, but as you can see, everybody of us still retains their humanoidity, if that even is a thing. So, also, as you've just seen just now, it is a little bit bugged. So I am not sure if this should have been an option, if this wasn't really worked around. Also, it is like a very hidden option. I'm really not sure why this sequence is so bugged. But This basically enables you to have an ending where nobody had to sacrifice their soul. And the game really wants you to sacrifice one of your souls. It's really eager to do that. And by the way, they said you will be, or the Emperor said you will be in Illithid for the rest of the days. That is actually false. We will be not existent anymore. The one being in Illithid is the one reborn inside out of us. So basically, we will not be us anymore because we will not exist. We will cease to exist in any possible way, shape or form. Who will persist to exist is the Illithid that has been born through us. So this will not be us anymore. It will just be a different guy having our memories. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, from what I have understood. Okay, now here we have one of the instances where it becomes clear that we are still ourselves and not an Illithid even in the story.
Of the comet has come! Shavar Orpheus! Shavar Orpheus! Shavar Orpheus!
Vos, my most loyal friend. How good to set eyes on you.
You honor me. Your radiance. Lae'zel to Lakmagir. Thanks to you, the skies above Tunarath shall tremble with psalms. Orpheus will take the truth to the people. We will slay the Lich Queen. Our chains will be cleaved.
Mighty Voss, your words lift me. Vlaakith will splinter like glass and vanish like smoke. Shavar Orpheus!
Now, this is one of the main indicators of us still being us. For once, the words we say are not in a weird font. I don't know. If you have been in Illithid, you would know that we would not speak with words like this normal font, but we would have a different font indicating that we are communicating through telepathy or something. And this is one of the indicators that we still remain humanoid or not Illithid, for that matter. And another one would be Voss wouldn't recognize us. He would ask Orpheus what the Illithid is doing with us.